morning, top of the 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 morning. Hold on.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode number 2 of the return of Juan Gotti's Top of the Morning show. It is currently 9:45 a.m. And in today's show, we're going to be talking about a couple of topics that are interesting. First things first, Dan Quinn, should he be in the running / win Coach of the Year? I have an interesting take on that. And then we have, should Jayden Daniels be in the MVP race? Well, we know JD5 has the Rookie of the Year in the bag, but also we know that there's some other things that he could be in the running for, like MVP. And then last but not least, or actually I should say first, we're going to talk about the Pro Bowl, because there's some guys that I feel like got snubbed from the Pro Bowl. This is the second version of the return of Top of the Morning. I'm glad you can join me. Let's get straight to it. So let's go ahead and first start by talking about the Pro Bowl. Now, if you are not a big fan of the Pro Bowl anymore, I can honestly say I understand why. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I can't remember the last time I legitly watched the Pro Bowl, honestly. I think the last time I legitly watched the Pro Bowl was 2020. And lo and behold, I believe that was the last time that it was contact. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section. But I think that was the last time that the Pro Bowl was tackled. And ever since then, I know they tried to make it like some games, etc., and little skill shows or whatever, or skill games or whatever you may have you. But similar to like the All-Star game in the NBA, you know your camera not on the oh my god, I got the camera still not on the right side. See, I gotta figure this out, because on my screen the camera looks right. That's why I'm confused as to why it always does this, because on my screen the camera is perfectly fine. So let me go ahead and fix that for you. Thank you for letting me know that. Like on my screen the camera is like in the center, like I'm fully in the shot. So I don't understand why it's like that for you guys. I don't really know. But let me see if I do it like this. Maybe better. Let's see. Go over again like this right here. Let's try it like that. Okay, we should be good now. We should be good. All right. So similar to like the All-Star game. Thank you so much, Rob. Again, on my side, like on my end, I'm in the middle of the frame on the camera, like on my screen. But to y'all, for whatever reason, I'm to the side. Similar to like the All-Star game, it really lost its flavor, bro. Like it's no competition. It's really boring. However, I did want to just discuss some Pro Bowl snubs with you all today, because I felt like Washington should have had more than just Jayden Daniels and Terry McLaurin to make the Pro Bowl. Now, first, let's actually talk about the two guys that end up making the Pro Bowl. Obviously, we know 5 Rookie of the Year. We know he was going to make the Pro Bowl, and he led all quarterbacks in the Pro Bowl. He came second or third, I believe, to Jahmyr Gibbs in all votes, like in total. And that's crazy. Like to burst on the scene like that, to be a rookie and come into the league and immediately take it by storm like that is insane. And again, it just goes to show how good he really is already. Now I will say this. Baker Mayfield, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how he ain't get in, because he had about 41 touchdowns. Like he was tied with the 16 interceptions. So I do understand that if you want to look at the interception rate, like then you could say, okay, that's why Baker Mayfield didn't get in. But other than that, he had a great year, completing like 70% of his passes. Golf was cooking too, was good. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. Last time I watched the Pro Bowl seriously was when that Sean Taylor hit the punter. Yeah, that was when football was still football, man. But yeah, Pro Bowl definitely. I don't watch it. And shout out to Five for making it. And obviously Terry McLaurin. This is his second Pro Bowl. Now I know some of y'all may not remember the first time he made the Pro Bowl, because it was kind of like not rare, but it was kind of like not like this. Like he didn't have like 13 touchdowns. He didn't have like a record-breaking season like he did this season, but he did make the Pro Bowl before, so this is his second appearance. But let's talk more about the snubs, okay? This is the snubs that I feel like should have made it. I'm gonna read y'all the whole list. Y'all let me know who y'all feel like should have made it. We're gonna go one by one. The first guy is Bobby Wagner. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say Bobby Wagner should have made it statistically, because I don't know what other linebacker stats it was made it over him. But again, I thought the Pro Bowl, similar to how you would see with Travis Kelce. How the hell did Travis Kelce make it this year? Because he had a pretty bad year, like not to his standard, and he made it. Why? Because he's Taylor Swift's boyfriend, and popularity takes over. So that's why I thought Bobby Wagner would have made it, because he's a popular name. Obviously, he always makes the Pro Bowl more likely than not. So I was a little surprised that he didn't make it. He had 132 combined tackles, 57 assists, 2.5 sacks this season. So not like crazy stats, but again, I thought it was a popularity contest. So I fully expected like Bobby Wagner to make it for sure. Strictly off of that. Then you got Tyler Ott, long snapper. Now, from my recollection of this season, a lot of missed field goals / anything with special teams as far as the long snapper goes, we've been fine. It just been the field goal kickers missing it. Tressway clearly doesn't have a problem getting the snap down. So it's really the field goal kickers, if I could say so myself. So Tyler Ott having a good season. He did just get a game ball last week. So he's light years better than Cam Cheeseman. I'm going to say that for sure. Then you got special teams alternate Nick Bellore. Nick Bellore, again, that's a name that I'm surprised didn't make it. He made a difference. And I remember when we first signed him this offseason, I was a little bit surprised. Like, I didn't expect nothing out of him. Like, he's 34, 35 years old. I didn't really expect much out of Nick Bellore. But he's been an absolute beast on special teams coverage, kicking coverage. And him not making it is a little shocking to me. Then you got the center Tyler Biadasz. You clearly see last week versus Dallas, Tyler Biadasz didn't play center, holding it down in the middle. He's a must-have out there. Now, I don't know about the rest of the NFC centers. I don't know if Frank Ragnow made it, if he's still playing at a high level in Detroit. I don't know what the rest of the centers are doing on this side of the league. However, I do know Tyler Biadasz is a must-have, and I know Tyler Biadasz, not going to say he should have made it, but at least be a first-team alternate. He's a second-team alternate, but he means so much to this team. He's came right in when a lot of Cowboys fans were trying to tell us that he was no good. Came right in, and he literally is the glue. Like, he's the glue to the offensive line. Like, without him, this offensive line goes to shit, literally. Next, you got Frankie Louvu. Now, this is the one that I was most surprised at, to be honest with you. The one thing I can say about Frankie as of late, he bursted onto the scene really, really fast this season. I'm not gonna say he fell off completely this second half of the season, but he definitely hasn't been making the statistic impact plays. Now, obviously, he's still playing well, but early on in the season, Frankie Louisville was looking like a menace, and he had netted himself, 8 sacks. I was so wanting him to get that 9-10 sack range, because I think he would have made it had he got 10 sacks or 10.5 sacks. And he should have 3 picks right now. Like, Frankie dropped a pick yesterday or last Sunday, and he dropped one against was it against Philly? I know he caught one against Philly, but I feel like he dropped another one. It might have been against the Saints. But I know Frankie Louisville should have 3 picks this season. He definitely dropped one, a couple. Then you got Tress Way, which again is another guy where I'm a little bit like surprised he didn't make it, because again, he's been the best punter in the NFC, probably one of the best top 5 punters in the league for the last decade. And he's a guy I expected to make solely off his name. Now, obviously, you got some other young punters across the league, especially like one in Chicago and a couple other guys across the NFL that are playing really well and bursting onto the scene. But Tressway is a guy that I would have felt would have made it solely based again off of his name. Austin Eckler not making it as a kick returner specialist. It's not too surprising. He missed 4 games with the concussion. He has had a solid year returning kicks, but he just hasn't played enough games to really say that he solidifies a kick return spot. And obviously, he's not making it over Kevontae Turpin, who is a dog. Another one. This is one that's really surprised me as well. Dante Fowler. He's came to Washington and absolutely tore it up. Now, I did not expect this out of Dante Fowler. And quite frankly, I don't know if this is going to be him, if this is him. I think this is just a one-off season. I don't expect him to really put up 10.5, 11 sacks next season. Hopefully I'm wrong. But this is just, in my opinion, a really, really good season for Dante Fowler. And I felt like he could have made it, or at least he should have been a higher team alternate. Like a fifth team alternate is kind of crazy. So it's like, even if some like the guys that's in front of him make it to the Super Bowl, he's not even going to be he's going to be having a way to wow. He's not the first guy coming off the alternate list. But Dante Fowler has 39 combined tackles, 14 assists, 10.5 sacks, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. Like, Tay Fowler definitely should have been involved more, if you ask me. Or not involved more, but got more votes. Then you got special teams, Jeremy Reeves, third alternate, Jeremy Chin, and Zach Ertz. Jeremy Reeves not making it. That's another one that's a little surprising to me, but I can understand it, because I feel like Revo had a really good year, but the year that he played had an all-pro year, he was insane. I think Nick Ballore, Tyler Owens were guys that were slightly better than him on our kick return coverage and our special teams this year, so him not making it definitely is not like crazy. But being a third team alternate, I would like to see that be at least a first team. But the fact that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 alternates and 2 players making the Pro Bowl just speaks volumes to where we are, where we're headed, the direction that we are headed in. Like, next season, I fully expect us to have 2, 3, 4, 5 guys making it to the Pro Bowl if we're not in the Super Bowl. Like, it's that good. This is just the start, and we got 2 in and 11 alternates, man. Come on, man. It's crazy what this turnaround has been in just under a year, or just over a year, I should say. Next, let's talk about DQ. Let's talk about Coach of the Year, because this is an interesting conversation, because I feel like you can make a case for all of the guys that are in the Coach of the Year conversation. Whether you want to go Kevin O'Connell, whether you want to go Dan Campbell, Sean Payton, Dan Quinn, Andy Reid, Sean McDermott, Nick Sirianni, and Jim Harbaugh. These are all the names that I see. I don't know who the actual full list is, but these are the names. These are the betting odds that I see if you was to bet, or odds favorite to win Coach of the Year. So let's first start by talking about Kevin O'Connell, who leads the betting favorites to win Coach of the Year right now. See, here's the thing about Kevin O'Connell. He's definitely doing a damn good job. I mean, to go into the season with expecting to start a rookie quarterback in JJ McCarthy, and a lot of people feeling like after letting go of Kirk Cousins or whatever, you could hit a slight recalibration or be a little mid this season and not really be the Vikings of late, at least competing for the North, making a wild card at worst, and making a playoff appearance. A lot of people didn't expect that out of you guys when you first were going to start JJ McCarthy, and then they damn sure didn't expect it after he went down early on in the preseason, and you had to start Sam Darnold. Now, here's the thing about Sam Darnold that a lot of people didn't realize is obviously we remember him for being a first round pick there in New York, and it didn't work out, and he was seeing ghosts, etc. But Sam Darnold really never got a organization that believed in him, or organization that surrounded him with some solid pieces, right? Because they're in New York. It was just a lot of turmoil, as it is to this day. And he went to I want to say did he go to Carolina first? It may have been a team he went to before Carolina, but I want to say Carolina. And then it was the 49ers. I know it's a team he went to before Carolina. I'm surprised. I can't remember. I just know it was. Let me see if I could try to pull it up right quick, because I know he went to a team before Carolina, and it's gonna piss me off that I can't remember. Oh no. So it was just Carolina and 49ers and the Vikings. Okay, never mind. So Sam Darnold, they didn't believe in the Vikings before JJ McCarthy was playing, and then when Sam Darnold got in there, they damn sure didn't believe that this was going to happen. And then Kevin O'Connell gets this man playing at an ultra MVP level, damn near. It's crazy to me that he's not in the conversation. Like, I know 5 not in the conversation, and he should be, but Sam Darnold low-key should be. Now, after Sunday's performance against the Lions, I don't know if that's like foreshadowing the real Sam Darnold coming out or whatever, but he didn't look good last week. But before then, he was playing at a ultra high level. Like, I was expecting at any time for him to turn back to old Sam Darnold. I just kept not praying on it because I didn't really care if he did or not, but I just kept expecting it. I'm like, man, they're fooling me right now. The Vikings ain't really doing this. But I think it took to when they played Atlanta when I finally had to realize, okay, this Vikings team is legit. This Vikings team is for real. And it's a damn shame that they got to go on the road this season, 14-3, and be a wild card. Now, I like it like that because win your division. I think, not to get off topic, but I think Amon-Ra St. Brown for Detroit was kind of complaining about how it's not fair that you win all these regular season games and still have to be a wild card. The seeding should go by best record and not by division winners or whatever. And I just was like, hell nah. No, that's not how it should go. It's perfectly fine how it is. The division winners get a home game, and you gotta make the wild card. You gotta beat the rest of the conference out for one of the wild card spots. That's how it should go. And lo and behold, Detroit versus Minnesota was for the wild card game, or excuse me, for the home game and for the first round bye, and Minnesota lost. Now, let's just say hypothetically you go with the Amon-Ra St. Brown approach, then it's no competition or competitiveness in week 18 for that game, because both of you guys probably ain't gonna play your starter, since I'm gonna get the 1 seed, you're gonna get the 2 seed, but you still get a home game. Like, that makes no sense to me. But back on topic here, Sam Darnold, he's playing really well. Kevin O'Connell has him playing at an ultra level. This defense by Brian Flores is playing out of their mind. It's insane how well this team has been, and I could not have predicted 14 wins for this Vikings team, but they're playing super good. And to say they could be a first round exit pains me. But I think the Rams could beat them, honestly. I think the Rams could beat them. Now, if that defense could get after Matt Stafford and pressure Matt Stafford, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't leaving the pocket. So I definitely don't necessarily expect don't expect it to like be a Rams blowout or anything like that. But they could be a first round exit. But I say that to say Kevin O'Connell, man, he's having a hell of a season. And I definitely think he should be, in the running for it. He's the leading man for it right now. Then you got Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell, in my opinion, obviously back-to-back seasons as the NFC North champions, took his team to the NFC Championship last year. Then you double back with the most wins in franchise history. You definitely deserves to be in the running for head coach of the year after that. But I thought Dan Campbell won coach of the year already, but he didn't. So that makes it a little bit more interesting if you ask me, given the fact that your team has the most wins in franchise history and you take your team to back-to-back, playoff appearances, won NFC Championship this year, first round bye. I could see why people would make a case for Dan Campbell to win coach of the year this season. And now that I know that he didn't win coach of the year already, I think that it may lean to more towards him. That's kind of crazy now I think about it, because I definitely thought he probably would have won it last year for sure. But given the fact that probably was Kevin Stefanski, I'm already knowing, because he seems to somehow always win coach of the year. Next up is Sean Payton. Sean Payton has went to Denver. And after the shaky season last year with Russell Wilson, and a lot of people was giving Sean Payton some slack, which, some of it was well deserved, because the way he coached definitely is a little tough at times. But he's turned around Denver drastically, and a lot of that credit goes to the rookie quarterback Bo Nix. And that defense in Denver has been playing well. They always seem to play well year in and year out. Don't matter who is at the helm, whether it's Sean Payton, whether it's I don't know if that defense was good in Nathaniel Hackett, but I would love to believe so. Whether it's John Fox, whoever is at the head coach of Denver, that defense always seems to play well. So Sean Payton getting some votes for coach of the year wouldn't surprise me, but I don't think he should be over Dan Quinn. And then next is Dan Quinn. These are the only four we're going to talk about. And this is my guy, DQ. I'm trying to be unbiased as possible, because at the end of the day, I do think it's going to end up going to Kevin O'Connell. But there's no way DQ shouldn't be tailing Kevin O'Connell in this race. He took over a 4-12 franchise, a franchise that had no quarterback, that had no direction. And the very next year, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4 years later, the very next season, he leads them to 12-5. And a couple mistakes away from being in the division race and potentially even winning the division. But nevertheless, he took this team to the 6th seed, found them a quarterback, built a hell of a coaching staff, and works alongside general manager Adam Peters daily to get this team headed into the best direction. Who would have thought that was the case? The way Dan Quinn left his first stop in Atlanta, you wouldn't have thought this was it. 12-5 the first season? Come on, man. A team that you turned over damn near all of the roster. All of it. Cut the last regime's first round picks like they were nothing. Traded away the last regime's first round picks like they were just scum. It's hard for me to not believe Dan Quinn isn't higher on this coach of the year race. You go from 4 wins to 12 wins, bro. 8-win difference in 1 year. A chance to go on the road and beat Tampa Bay, which I think we're going to be, and that's me not being biased again. I just think we're the better team. I think we're hot. We're coming in off of 5 games, bro. We're on a 5-game winning streak. If you didn't know, entering the playoffs, the 5-game winning streak, we're the hottest team entering the playoffs. And I fully believe, Dan, it should come down to Kevin O'Connell and Dan Quinn. And if that's the case, if that happens, all right, cool. I get it. But for him to not really be, he's the 4th guy on the list. Sean Payton's ahead of him. I don't know. He right now sits at plus 2,400 to win Coach of the Year. I don't know about that. I think he should be second behind Kevin O'Connell. But the last thing that I want to talk about before we get out of here and read some comments, you can put your comments down below in the comment section and I'll get to them before we get out of here. Is JD5 MVP race? Now, obviously, we know he's not winning it. But this man, 5, should be in the MVP race conversation. He should receive some votes, if you ask me. Finishing the season with 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Lamar Jackson, if I can remember correctly, won MVP last year, and his stat line went along the lines of 24 touchdowns and 7 picks. That's MVP numbers to you, right? Now this year, he's on the tear. 41 touchdowns, 4 picks. I love Josh Allen, bro. I love Lamar too. I was saying all season long, Josh Allen's your MVP, but I hope they don't have voter fatigue at the whenever they make this vote. They better give it to Lamar Jackson. 41 touchdowns over 4 picks, 4,172 yards. Just the best passing season I've seen from Lamar Jackson out of his career. 66.7% passing rate, completion percentage, I should say. Come on, you gotta give it to Lamar. But for the sole purpose of him winning MVP off of 24 touchdowns, 7 picks, 5 should be in that conversation, bro. He's doing shit that no rookie's ever done. He's surpassing things that veterans don't even do. Nearly 1,000 on the ground, 3,500 through the air, 25 touchdowns through the air, 6 touchdowns on the ground. In his first season, he's already top 5 in the top 5 conversation. Now, being humble and being honest, since he only has 1 season under his belt, I'm going to put him at 6. But the list goes with Mahomes, Burrow, Jackson. You can intertwine that. But I'm gonna take Burrow, Jackson, Allen, Herb, and 5. And I think if Jayden Daniels leads this team to a deep playoff run, and let's say we go to the Super Bowl. Like, I don't expect it, but let's just say we do. You can make a serious case in year 1. He's top 5 quarterback already. He's already the best quarterback in the NFC. Like that's no question. That's without a doubt. He's already the best quarterback in the NFC. But I think he deserves some votes. Is he going to win it? No, he's not going to win it because Lamar Jackson is just insane. Josh Allen was insane this year. Saquon Barkley was insane this year. So I don't expect him to win it. But to receive some votes, yeah, definitely. But that's all I really got for y'all today, man. I'm going to go ahead and shout out to everybody in the comment section. And then we're going to get up out of here, man. We in and out. That's what this top of the morning show is all about. In and out. Quick and easy. Get you through your morning. Thank you all for tuning in, man. We back active. Let's go ahead and get the shout outs on the comments. PSN Commanders Network. Shout out to my guy, PSN Commanders Network, Tone Protect. We got our channel coming, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. Link in the description. Robert Smith, he says, what's up, Juan Gotti, HGTR for life? What's up, Robert Smith? Shout out to you for helping me fix my camera earlier. What's good, Ree? Rambo Assassins 43 cents. What's good, Juan? What's up? Let's see who else. Jaylen's dad, what's going on? Tyus, what's up? He said you go live during the games, man. Nah, man. I miss going live during the games, honestly, because that's what I used to do way back when. But like I said before, that's not my lane anymore. It used to be. I used to have fun doing it. People used to watch me doing it. And now other people in the community has came in and they took it to the next level. Shout out to them. Took it to the next level. And now they the ones when it comes to that. Me, no one really tunes in for mines anymore. So I kind of just stirred away from streaming the games now, but I damn sure do miss it. But yeah, man, I don't stream the games anymore, unfortunately, because it's not my lane no more. And other people in the community, they took that took it and ran with it, and now they tough at it, man. They got it. Rambo says Bobby played decent at the age he's playing. Exactly. Robert says in the NFL flag football for the Pro Bowl this year. I swear that's what I keep saying on TV. Yeah, it is. Money says Commanders Nation. What's up? What's up, Money? How you doing? Alante says, what's up? Philip B, my man. Philip B, what's going on, bro? How you doing? DHB Solo says, do you think we should bring back De'Ami? I definitely think we should bring back De'Ami Brown. I'm definitely gonna make a video on that soon. He definitely has been amazing this season. The stats aren't going to show it, but he's the only guy outside of Terry, and really probably faster than Terry at this point in his career. He's the only guy that really has explosion, especially on the screens. A good blocking tight end on the screens, blocking receiver, I should say, on the screens. He can throw the football. Clearly should have had a passing touchdown, but OZ don't know how to catch. So I know DB is giving him a hard time about that, but I definitely think we should bring back De'Ami Brown. The real Richie Rio says, what's good, bro? What's up, bro? How you doing, man? I appreciate you for listening to Top of the Morning. It's currently 10:17 a.m. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and step off and let you enjoy the rest of your morning on this Tuesday, I want to say, right? No, Wednesday. Sorry, I'm a day behind. Wednesday, 10:17 a.m. It's been boy Wine. Gotti, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 9,000 subscribers, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you haven't reached that go as soon as possible. Y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe. Be easy out there. Peace.
Top of the morning, 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 top of the morning. Hold on.